And we are back. It's the final match of the night. It is the ace match. It'll be Kane from Team Root taking on Baby Knight from Team Na'Vi. Na'Vi is 0-1 so far. They put up a valiant effort against Team Liquid, but they did fall 4-2. Root, on the other hand, is at 1 apiece, I believe. 1 win, 1 loss. So it's kind of a... Or are they at 1-2? So, no, it's 1-1. Anyways.
Should be 1-1, yeah.
Yeah, 1-1. I was right. Okay. Now, Kane's going to be doing battle with Baby Knight to decide who's the winner of this match.
You know, the last map is Red City.
Ooh.
I understand why they sent out Kane, because this is a map that is very Mutalisk friendly.
Yes.
There's a ton of extremely narrow passageways, a lot of up-down movement that's just a nightmare to try to manage versus Mutas. You basically have to open heavy Stargate play as Protoss.
Yeah, I have to echo your sentiments. That's a really good point, Sean. I mean, like, it is 4 bases, which at the first glance is like, whoa, that's super awesome for Protoss, but it's so confined between the 4 bases that the Mutalisk can kind of get in, get damage done, and then get out, and there's not a super clear path for pursuing, like, Stalkers or Templar or something like that. So you actually need Phoenix to kind of fly in the air as well and chase down those Mutalisks, I feel.
Definitely. Well, let's see, Baby Knight is going to go for that Mutalisk, or excuse me, that Phoenix-based play. He's already revealed that he's going to be going Gateway first in the top right corner from Na'Vi, his team.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to root for Na'Vi in this match. It is Baby Knight. And in the bottom right, from Team ROOTGaming, it is not Effort. It is the Canadian superstar Kane.
And Baby Knight, of course, from Denmark, but you've seen him in every single European tournament there really is. He's been to the DreamHacks. He's been participating in the WCS all the way up to the Premier Division. He's a very, very good player. I would describe him as a aggressive brand of Blink Stalkery type Protoss. You'll almost always see him kind of revolve around that. Not a whole lot of Colossus out of that guy either. He kind of prescribes to the Book of No Colossi, which is interesting. A lot more Protoss use those as a little bit of their kind of crutch. And then on the flip side, Kane is, like you said, you actually talked about this, Sean. You said that this is a good map for Mutalisk, and that's part of the reason why Kane's here. Kane has a love for Mutalisk, and that makes him one of the scarier Zergs that I play on a fairly regular basis. I'll tell you that. Mutalisks are tough to deal with.
Mutalisks are insanely hard to deal with, and it looks like Kane is going to be... Whoa. I don't even think this game's going to get to late game at this point.
Well, do you think he's doing this because he knows 1 gate expand is how Baby Knight plays? That's my guess, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's that and the fact that the opening is so wide. Even if your opponent is early expanding, it requires 2 pylons. And looking at that, it's going to probably take 3 by 3 buildings, so a forge and 2 gateways to wall off properly. So that's 5 structures you need just to create that wall off. So this is a completely reasonable opening.
Kane's putting it down. I mean, like you said, this is a wide open expansion area, so on the one hand, that's a strength. On the other hand, too, this is a true 4-player map, so it's not necessarily easy for Baby Knight to scout out his opponent right off the bat. That being said, though, there's a Mothership Core coming out here first. The Zealot is primed, ready to go. And that's because, again, if there's like some kind of hatch block at the natural, he wants to have a Zealot out, or if there's a 6-pool coming. But he is going to cancel it. Expansion does go down in the background, and Kane has launched out. Speed approaching 60%.
This is so hard to stop. This is unbelievably hard to stop, because right now, do you get a Zealot? Generally, Stalker is going to be the best choice in this position, but I mean, to see Zerglings show up that early is not actually giving anything away. Baby Knight's just going to be thinking, okay, well, yeah, that was his initial set of 4 Zerglings. He may have just been going for scouting, but then when suddenly you see more. This is one of the reasons why I really think you have to scout after the Nexus, because you want... Oh, he knows now.
Jeez. You know what?
Oh, he knows.
The Sentry's a good choice, but this Mothership Core is so far out with speed, there's a chance they just kind of simply circle around. But as I say that, Baby Knight is a very savvy player. He's going to get back here with that Mothership Core. The Lings just now grew wings. Here they come. They're coming in as fast as they possibly can. Sentry's still not out, seconds away. But the ramp is forfeit, and that means that this force field is going to be pointless, basically.
Oh, no. This is an absolute disaster. Great control by Baby Knight, pulling back to that backside. And where's the force field? There it is from the back, trapping in the Zerglings inside. Just stunning control. Baby Knight's actually electing for a very, very weird defense, trying to throw down so many sentries.
Yeah, I mean, really good defense so far, and actually going after the Nexus is an interesting choice. I don't know that there's enough here, Sean. And actually, with the Photon Overcharge and the Mothership Core, I feel like not only do the Lings die, but there's enough health on this Nexus that it's not a super potent target for later. I feel like Baby Knight did a really good defense.
And then just warping in more sentries. I mean, essentially saying, okay, well, I'm going to be building sentries right off the bat because if I can wall off my ramp, I got Photon Overcharge on my Nexus, baby. It's a cannon, man. So, I mean, Knight doing one of the most solid defenses of that I've seen in a while.
Kane's just kind of all in. I mean, there is drones coming out, but even 4 more Lings. So I say kind of all in. I'm going to retract that statement, actually. It feels more like it was just I don't know, those 4 Lings were a little bit lofty. There's no attack incoming, so I'm not quite sure why I made him. And he has no option to attack here either. I mean, between these sentries and the additional sentries that will be warped in with the Mothership Core, this is a defense. It's very little damage taken by Baby Knight.
Needs to be an evolution coming up for Baby Knight. Forge, Robo, anything's really fine. Oh my god.
Well, that was scary for a second there. And it almost cost him a sentry, but at the end of the day, you'll take some damage on your sentry, which means that just a few extra Lings ended up dying there. And with these warp gates opening up, Kane has to know his time is gone. I mean, I think that's... Yeah, he's backing away. You can see he's just making pure drones right now.
Now, in this position, if you are Kane, just going straight for 2-base play, teching up to layer, absolutely what you have to do. Boom, there's the layer going down. Yep. You hear how emphatically I said that. Boom! Layer popping up. We see the Forge also en route. Baby Knight probably going to have to do some significant pressure here because he has absolutely zero tech. He has only just started his gas. He has only gateways, no Twilight, no Forge, no Robo, no Stargate, nothing.
Well, it's not even that he has to do damage here, Sean. It's more like the game kind of obliges him to do that. I mean, these Zealot sentries, as you can see here, the running Lings are going to go down. He's a recall away from doing free damage, basically, right? Like, if this turns really bad, okay, he casts a few force fields and recalls out. But in response, Kane has to make spine crawlers. He needs to make Zerglings. These are things that aren't drones, Sean, and he wants to be making drones right now.
We see 4 Lings coming out right now, and, you know, your point about not wanting to do anything to make drones, absolutely spot on, especially considering the fact that Zergling... Oh, no! There was a hole in that gateway, or in that force field entrance, so... Looks like, wow, very nice control. Very, very, very nice control there by Baby Knight.
Yeah.
Not only not recalling, but also managing to stay alive. And Baby Knight's going for it.
Well, I've had the chance to watch a lot of his PVZs. This is actually something he does all the time, so I'm not surprised by the control. He's not only a very good micro-oriented Protoss, but he's very well-versed in this situation right here. He needs to be careful. 1 sentry goes down, 2 sentries go down. Smart target fire by Kane. Kane does tax that decision there. And more gateways going down by Baby Knight. And I'll tell you what, Baby Knight feels like he's ahead, so he just wants to kind of lean on him with as many as it looks like 7 gateways and +1 attack. But, you know, the nice thing about gateway timings is that's how you can decisively take a lead and turn it into a win. But if this gets repelled, Sean, this goes back to your point earlier, there is no tech here. If this gateway timing doesn't work out, Kane probably wins this game. Yeah,
that is the fastest way to go from Robusto to Busto.
Yeah. Ling's going to pull out here and get intercepted.
With just made 8 drones, needs to just cancel that expansion, like, immediately, just so we can have enough money to flood spines. Like, needs to flood like crazy. Cancel that hatch. No, don't mind from that. No, you're crazy.
Yeah, he's starting to start up Roach production right now, but he only had, like, 5 or 6 out there right now. Yep, there they are. He will have Roach speed, +1 range attacks being upgraded, but I don't think it's relevant for this initial push. And you know what, Day 9? I just don't think Kane respected how strong this push is just yet. He's not... Baby Knight won't be able to put down a pylon super close because of this great creep spread, but that's the least of Kane's worries right now.
Stalkers are mighty fast. Zealots being warped in. Frontline battle has begun.
Beautiful force field. Stuck at the top of the ramp.
Everything was up the ramp, the worst possible spot to be. Drones getting pulled off. It's all going to be up to the spine crawlers. Navi and the team hardly gets the recognition in SC2 that it gets in other games, proving they have an incredible squad. Baby Knight getting 1 win in round 3 versus Puck, and right here gets another win versus another Root player. Closing it out, that means that Navi surprisingly wins the series. Again, a team that is not as well known as ROOTGaming, and boom, taking a win.
Absolutely. I mean, tip of the hat to Root. They did drive it down to the ace match. They were down early on. You could see it was 3-1 right out the gates, but then they won 2 in a row to bring it here. Baby Knight, however, does come in the clutch. I mean, just strong play. I believe I agree with everything Sean said. We had this pushed in from kind of a timing attack from Kane. I thought it was a smart choice because of this map having a wide open natural, as Sean said, but then also it's a very big one gate expand kind of map. Baby Knight seemed to take 0 damage though from that timing attack and pushed on with the win, which does make them 1-1 and Root 1-2.
Really, really fun series of games. And that's going to wrap it up for us here. Once again, please feel free to check out SC2L.GG because that is where all the information is. That's where you can get all the discount codes for all the wonderful sponsors of the event. Sponsors, of course, like D-Link, the head sponsor of this event, as well as Monster Energy, Kingston HyperX, Razer, and Astro. Feel free to also check out the VODs over on youtube.com/day9tv, where they'll be uploaded for this match, and keep watching because it's going to be about 8 or 9 weeks of round-robin play.
Yeah, we're really excited. And of course, Sean talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast, but I feel like this is such a big deal. The final 2 teams in the SC2L will be flown out to DreamHack Bucharest. We're going to have some of the best players there playing a regular tournament, but then you're also going to have an offline Team League finals, which I think is a really, really cool thing. Playing for at least $10,000, but if enough of you guys buy some D-Link routers, we could potentially see ourselves with a $20,000 prize pool, which would be a big, awesome deal. Sean, do you have any final shout-outs before we wrap this thing up, buddy?
Thanks to all of you who showed up and hung out with us. I know a lot of you were watching WCS and moved on over. Thanks so much for continuing your binge-watching marathon of StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of nice that one of the problems we all complain about is that there's too much StarCraft to watch, because Sean and I did exist in a time where we got really excited about that one tournament that's happening in 3 months back in Brood War, man. Things have changed.
Oh, indeed.
Conrad, when's our next broadcast, if you could refresh my memory? I actually got the schedule. I want to say it's next Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, so it is actually going to be a bit of a gap. Check your Twitters. SC2LGG on Twitter is, of course, where you'll see the most up-to-date tweets on that, but also go to, as Sean said, SC2L.GG. That's going to be your main hub of information, including the VODs, which will allow you to see when the next matches are going to be played. And then the word on the street is, what we're striving for is that next week we should be pretty current on everything. This Clan War was actually mostly current. All the replays were played within the last week. But going forward, we'll be current, and also teams will be churning in results on a regular basis. So we'll have a good 2 or 3 broadcasts, maybe even 4 a week. And, of course, that means a lot of SC2L for you guys to digest. I'm Jeff in Control Robbins. He is Sean, Day9 Plot. You can follow us on Twitter. He's Day9, right? It's just Day9.
Day9 TV.
Day9 TV on Twitter. I felt like that was wrong. I'm EG in Control. You guys have been great. We'll see you soon, and you guys have a good night.